I saw his thoughts. I saw what they're planning to do. They're like locusts. They're moving from planet to planet. Their whole civilization. After they've consumed every natural resource, they move on. And we're next.
We had 20 years to prepare. But it wasn't enough.
Time's up.
Oh, God. Okay. Gotta get through this. Gotta get through this. Hey, everybody. This is Jeremy, and this is Jeremy Reviews, a show dedicated to spreading the truth and sharing a passion for entertainment in a safe and normally spoiler-free way. But today we're going to have to play with that a little bit. Now, rest assured, if you still want to see this film, I'm not going to be spoiling anything major, but I would say if you still consider seeing this film, there's some things you need to know first. So, without any further ado, let's get right into it. Today I'll be taking a look at Independence Day Resurgence, the sequel to the classic 1990s action sci-fi thriller. Now, this film, guys, is one that a lot of people have been anticipating for many, many years, myself included. And on its surface, the film is quite deceptive. It's basically your classic sequel to a famous action thriller. Basically, the aliens come back, and now the Earth must defend itself once again. So, you think it's first, oh, that sounds fine, that sounds harmless. Well, that's the film's secret. It's very deceptive. But, I'm getting ahead of myself, so let's start with the story. Now, as I said, basically, it's 20 years after the original alien invasion from the 90s. Since then, the Earth has adapted alien technology with our own technology in an attempt to prepare itself for the apparently inevitable return of said aliens, who just so happen to return 20 years after the original invasion on, of course, the titular Independence Day. I will give this to the aliens, they do have a flair for the dramatic. Now, there are basically, guys, 3 major problems with this film. And unfortunately, these 3 problems serve to ruin the experience. But you guys don't want to hear me just say that, you want to hear what they are. So let's get into the details. Now, the first issue is the characters. Now, as you've seen probably from the trailers, we have some returning faces. We have Jeff Goldblum returning. We have Bill Pullman returning as well. We also have several new cast members, including Liam Hensworth. And that's all I can remember. Because honestly, guys, the characters in this movie are completely nothing. They're just, they're forgettable. They're bland. To his credit, I will say this, Liam Hensworth attempts to do something, he tries to have fun with it, but I can't even remember his character's name. There's a guy in the film who's supposed to be Will Smith's son, because Will Smith chose not to be in this picture. Gee, I wonder why. But he lacks Will Smith's charisma. He doesn't have his on-screen presence.
That's right! That's right! Get up! Get up! That's what you get! Look at you! Ship all banged up! Who's the man? Huh? Who's the man? Wait till I get another plane!
Now, the film tries to make up for this by holding on a shot of a picture of Will Smith, because that counts as an appearance, apparently, but... Now, you might think that, it's a classic sequel, we're going to follow the main characters, the ones we know. We're going to follow Jeff Goldblum. And, again, to his credit, Jeff Goldblum tries. I can tell that Jeff Goldblum takes this franchise seriously. He seems to have a love for it. I felt throughout the movie that he was trying to have some fun with the role. He's trying to go back to that old way with his classics. I think the aliens are going to be a big threat. So that's fun. And I forgot to mention Jeff Goldblum's character's father is back. I'm sorry, guys, I don't know the names, but the father actually provides a few comedic moments that are kind of nice. He's natural. But aside from that, the characters in the film are just, there's nothing there. To give you an idea, guys, this film's idea of character development consists of just random speeches about things from the character's past that's supposed to be dramatic, that's supposed to make us care. The characters will just randomly mention how, I almost lost this person I loved, or this thing happened to me, just out of nowhere. And that's supposed to be character. It's just, oh God, I hate it. Who wrote this? Okay. The second problem is this film commits the greatest sin that any sequel can, and that is it basically rehashes the original film, plot point by plot point. Honestly, guys, there's nothing to really spoil in this film. The aliens come in, they commit some destruction, humans counterattack, the counterattack goes badly, the aliens counterattack, final battle. That's it. It's the same exact movie, just with more technology, I guess. I want to say to the writers, really, guys? You guys couldn't be bothered at all to come up with anything else that might have added to the film? No. They're content with the film just being predictable. I think by the 10-minute mark, I knew exactly the way the film was going to go. I knew every point. And when there's no characters that I can get behind, and when I know everything that's going to happen, how am I supposed to be invested? How am I supposed to care? Now, I'm a forgiving person. I wanted to like this film. And, okay, the original Independence Day, you can say what you want. It was a predictable film. It's your typical 90s action film cheese. But with that film, it at least had its characters. It had Will Smith.
This was supposed to be my weekend off. But no. You got me out here dragging your heavy ass through the burning desert with your dreadlocks sticking out the back of my parachute. You gotta come down here with an attitude, acting all big and bad. And what the hell is that smell? I could have been at a barbecue!
It had I forget his name, the guy who flew the plane into the alien ship at the end. He was funny. He was cool.
All right, you alien assholes! In the words of my generation, fuck you! Hello, boys! I'm back!
But this film doesn't have that. But, again, I'm willing to forgive. I'm willing to let it slide. But then there's the third problem that the film has, and that is an utter lack of rhythm and tone. Guys, I have taken a class in directing. I was embarrassed watching this film. There is zero attempt to create any sort of realistic tension. There is zero understanding of proper rhythm and dramatic structure. I'll give you guys an example. About 15 minutes into this film, 15 minutes, with two characters that we've never met before. We don't know who they are. We're only at the 15-minute mark, and one of them does this. They say this to the other one. They say, like this. I want you to know you're like a brother to me. And no matter what happens, I'm with you to the end. At the 15 frickin' minute mark, we're already at DEFCON 5. At the 15-minute mark, we are literally at red alert that quickly in the film, and it just stays that way. At the 20-minute mark, I clocked out, guys, because it was clear that nothing was going to change. Now, the film attempts to raise tension about halfway through the film. They attempt to start raising tension. You can't wait until halfway through the movie to raise tension, guys. You can't. You have to start from the beginning. You have to build. This film doesn't earn anything. And with that is the tone. The tone of this movie is completely unbalanced. It seems as if the writers thought that for every serious moment, they had to have a funny moment. Through this entire film, I couldn't tell what the tone was supposed to be. I couldn't tell what I was supposed to feel. Because right in the middle of scenes that are supposed to be dramatic, the freaking climax, they throw in these humorous moments that completely dissolve any tension. They make it seem as if everything is perfectly fine. And they throw it in so often that it actually becomes laughable. I found myself laughing at the dramatic moments. There are death scenes in this movie, guys, that I was laughing at because they came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, the characters are just talking, they're just doing stuff, they're making jokes, and then all of a sudden, BAM! I love you. Don't forget me. And I'm just like, who are you? It's just... Oh, God. This was just so painful, guys, because I love the original Independence Day. I wanted a sequel, and I don't want this to just be a full-on rant about hating the film. Let me think. I liked the look of the film for the most part. I liked the technology, how they combine the alien technology where it's like the ships that the humans have, they look mostly like our ships do, but there's just like little attachments. To me, that seems realistic. That seems like something we would do. So I did like that. But then the film manages to even screw that up with its cinematography. In every action sequence, it's so fast, cut like this, fast, and there's so much cluttering the screen like this, it's like this, where do I look? There's just so much going on that I don't know where to look, and it just makes it impossible to be invested in the scene. So, it's just, needless to say, guys, this was a terrible one. It got worse and worse and worse. It was as if the director and the writers and the studio forgot how to make a movie. Honest to God. But I forgot, before I go on, I forgot to mention the film's one redeeming quality. There's a female president. And she sucks. I'm serious, guys. There's a female president in this movie. And she exists to do two things. To fail miserably, and then die. Thus allowing the more competent male characters to come in and fix up the mess. According to Independence Day Resurgence, women make horrible presidents. I would set this movie on fire if I wasn't afraid that I would breathe in the fumes of it and grow dumber as a result. Oh, God. This one almost destroyed me, guys. It was just so painful. I feel like there's something here, guys. I feel like deep inside there's some sort of idea of the aliens coming that could actually work. But it's just buried under so much BS. And the film proudly proclaims that they're going to have a sequel. They proudly state it, and they don't earn it. Guys, this was horrible. And originally I was going to score the movie higher just on nostalgia. until I realized that the film takes its own nostalgia and just grinds it into the ground. Guys, the final score for Independence Day Resurgence is a 2 out of 10. It is garbage. And the only reason it escapes being worse is because it made me laugh at how bad it was sometimes. Though whether or not that was the good thing is something I seriously question. Oh God. Oh God. I wanted this movie to work. Why? Why, studios? Why did you do this to me? Oh God. Guys, to all of you out there, don't see this movie. It's not worth it. And to those of you who have seen the movie, I'm so sorry. Please, let us know in the comments below what you think of the film. This will be your therapy. Vent. Oh, God. Well, guys, that's it for me. I'm sorry if I'm a little depressing on this one, but this frickin' film. As always, if you like what you see here and you want to see more, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and share down below, or you can follow us on Facebook for my written reviews. Well, guys, this one has destroyed me, so I'm just going to end it for now. So I wish you all the best and happy film. What's that? Oh my God. The president is about to give a speech on the movie. I gotta go, guys. I wish you all the very best and happy film going. See ya!
Major. Roland, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. I know you're all busy coming out for the breakfast buffet, and we get to started. Now that I have all of your attention. I don't like long speeches, but I'm gonna make one anyways. You know, these alien bastards came back, and now they, want to make another movie. Like, damn it, to hell. We're gonna make one, and I know Ronnie Queen will be in there, so sorry, man. I know you died, and you guys probably won't be there. And we're all gonna look old and pretty fat, and I have a beard in the next movie. And, it's just gonna be so weird, and oh, jeez. But this is the movie business, and God help us all. I know you're all bored to death of this movie. And you know what else? I think we should go out and look for a movie that's so incredible, so great, that every minute is just blessing to our ears. And we will say something incredible and epic. We're gonna watch this movie. We're gonna look at it. We might cry. Because today, we will watch Finding Dory.